Da-da-da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes to get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside, and we are about to hit the outside. It's in the minus 20s Celsius with the wind chill. I'm sure it's well into the 30s, but it's a short challenge, isn't it? It's not like 100 years ago even. I'm just walking a block down the street to the bus stop, and I'll be on a nice warm bus, cross the street, grab a cup of coffee, two doors down, and I'm at work. So in that struggle of, well, survival in winter, it isn't too difficult in this day and age. I do believe that, just knowing to have an extra layer on is enough possibly to keep us safe, keep us here one more day. This isn't a bushcraft lesson, but I just thought I'd mention it. Sometimes we dread going outside in the rain, in the elements, whether it's super hot or super cold. I adapt, I conquer in every element. I prefer, if you were to talk about the two extremes between the super hot and the super cold, I would take the super cold any day because, again, we can put so much on, can't we? And we can only take so much off in that heat. So I think, especially in this day and age of technology and innovation, that products are getting so much better. If we should get hit, this isn't a end of the world survival. I know it's coming off as that, but it's not. Maybe it's just in some of those topics. Maybe it is recognizing that, the seasons are changing and we're moving into spring, and over the course of the winter, right? What skills did I put together? I did. And I'm just laughing because I was just about to tell you of my Rubbermaid container that I had filled up with lentils and beans and peas and all kinds of spices and soup bases and things. This is part of my survival kit, so that at the end of the world comes and I'm ready to go. I just grab my energy containers and I drop them on my dolly, and I am off, right? And then just trust that some of those skills, some of those lessons that I picked up along the way, whether then in happy chance, right? Whether in conversations, whether I got a little bit of mentorship or training, or maybe it was part of my own upbringing, like my love for Mother Nature, my connection to Mother Nature. This end of the world comes and I'm going straight to the bush, you guys, right? Haven't quite pinpointed exactly where, but I have ideas and I have escape plans. And this is in that preparation for that part of us that we don't know is coming. And sometimes, that is in our own hypervigilance that we get a little bit caught up, compulsively in things that we notice that are a little bit different in us, or we're having a little bit more difficulties when we compare ourselves to other people, right? Or sometimes, in those struggles that we have in our own lives, we pick up a few skills, a few tools along the way, so that we do pick up on things. And sometimes we're not even picking up on them consciously. Maybe it's so unconsciously, but in our own hypervigilance, we picked up on something else. And that's a good thing, isn't it? In that little bit of preparedness, it's taking up a little bit of space up in a cupboard, right? Ready to go. It's like that escape plan when we were kids. My dad would always have us practice the fire escape plan, or the creepy man breaking into the house plan, and we would practice that so that, if those emergencies or those situations happened, that we weren't running on panic. And we know what happens to us when we panic, when we kind of frazzle up, when that anxiety hits in, we turn into a bit of a bubble brains, don't we? And that's when we do our most stumbling over ourselves. I know for myself, that's where I do. I thrive in the hairy scary. I thrive in the multitasking. I thrive because it's where my talents lay, and because of that love for accomplishment, right? That little bit of pride that I get in juggling things. But even then, I can overwhelm myself because, again, I think I'm 20 years old. Come back, I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Lose my life. I thought I almost lost my life there. It went offline for a minute, but it is super cold outside, right? But losing track of what I was going to say, in life. And that's part of being a human, right? That we get the opportunity to learn things, not just dictate, not just wish and dream, and like a chess um chess table, chess pieces, that we're making these calculated moves. But all we know is those calculated moves, and we don't know truly, other than the impact between you and the other person, and not the whole community, not the whole surroundings, not the whole vicinity of what we're existing in. Do we have any other impact? Right? It's amazing to be able to learn things. When I pick up these books on different types of trees or different types of wildlife in Manitoba, when I do my research on my provincial parks, or if I do, these hobbies that I love so much, like my love for crystals, and I'm getting to learn the different stones and the different properties and people's beliefs in those stones, and just the fact that you're not supposed to take them out of provincial parks, but these are things we learn along the way. And being that steward, or right, in just saying that I've taken rocks from a provincial park, I don't have all those lessons down packed. These are things that I pick up in my experiences. These are the lessons along the way, and these are just the little lessons in this moment. But what happens in our future? What about those tricky conversations and those tricky relationships and those places where we butt heads in our belief? Wouldn't it be amazing to have a few tools along the tool belt to help us along in maneuvering, right? In that happy chance, maybe finding a better place where we can all stand, rather than, right, that's not the grand plan, right? But in this moment, we really can't get to that stage of getting along with others, because we're not even getting along with ourselves. We're not even appreciating all parts of us that offer up gifts, right? That are part of that ha, support system of all parts of me. That Cindy's not in this alone. And those other parts of me are not in it alone, but because we all have different talents, we all have something different to bring to the table. That, wouldn't it be amazing, instead of butting heads with ourselves, that we can actually participate, right? Getting to the point where we can better get along with ourselves, that we can better learn to get along with others, right? And those are some lessons in there that I need too. Okay, you guys, just a short one today. I'm going into my work week and that job that puts the roof over my head. Super grateful for that job, right? It's like a bouquet of helium balloons. I could easily float away and stay and delve and thrive in that, right? But it's important for me to pick up lessons along the way. And it's in the experiences, right? It's in those choices that I'm capable and able to make in those experiences that are going to dictate the direction and the lessons that I'm going to need to better prepare myself for whatever's coming next. Okay, you guys. That's my good chair. You guys have a great day, a great week. I will be back tomorrow. And yeah,